Hey, welcome to the deep dive. You know, it's funny, most of us have one, don't we? A favorite number.
We really do. It might be linked to a birthday, maybe an old house number.
Or a sports jersey. Numbers just seem to stick with us. They pop up everywhere.
They certainly do, and often in ways that feel, well, kind of personal.
That's exactly what we're getting into today. We're doing a deep dive into why we connect with certain numbers, how they feel significant in our lives. We've got this great piece that explores it through one person's experience, and it also touches on some interesting language stuff around numbers, too.
Right. The goal here is really to unpack why a number might feel special and also look at how we actually talk about these numerical connections.
Okay, so the piece highlights this guy, Daniel, and his favorite number is 7. But the interesting thing is he doesn't have, like, a single big reason.
He just says it. Feels right.
Exactly. It just feels right.
And that's quite common, actually. It's often this gut feeling, less of a logical choice and more emotional.
Yeah. And for Daniel, this feeling seems to have been reinforced, by lots of little things over time. Like when he was 7, he won some small prize.
Okay, a little positive reinforcement early on.
Right. And his soccer jersey number.
Let me guess. 7.
7. And he even felt that math problems, the ones involving the number 7, were somehow easier for him.
That's fascinating. It's like his brain started associating the number itself with success or ease, even in different contexts. These separate events get linked purely by the number.
Totally. It builds this narrative around the number 7 for him. He even started noticing it more often, like on street signs. It just kept appearing.
That selective attention thing, maybe, once it's on your radar?
Could be. And it didn't stop there. He started using it. In passwords, email addresses. The number 7 kept showing up. Oh, and his last birthday cake had 7 candles.
So he's actively incorporating it now. It's gone from noticing it to using it deliberately.
You bet. And then get this, he actually won something on a lottery ticket using 7. He apparently joked, 7 is magic.
Huh. Well, after winning the lottery with it, I can see why he'd feel that way.
Seriously. And it's clearly stuck with him because he named his dog 7.
Okay, naming the dog 7, that's commitment to a favorite number.
Isn't it? And he uses it in his art, his writing.
Yeah.
It's really woven into his life.
What you're describing is a really strong emotional connection. Luck, obviously, from the lottery, but also maybe comfort, familiarity, positive memories tied up with that single digit.
Absolutely. Luck, comfort, memory, it's all in there for him. The text we're looking at even suggests that for some people, these numbers can feel almost like friends.
It might sound a bit strange at first, but if a number keeps showing up alongside good things, positive feelings, significant moments, yeah, it can develop this warm, familiar quality. Comforting, even.
So beyond these kinds of personal stories, the piece also digs into some language elements, which are pretty cool. Let's talk phrasal verbs first. There are quite a few connected to numbers.
Right, like add up. Add up your scores to see who won, meaning calculate the total.
Simple enough. Then there's count on. Like Daniel might say, I count on number 7 for luck. It means to rely on something or someone.
Fits his story perfectly. And work out, like solving a problem. I need to work out this math problem.
Similar to figure out, meaning to understand or find the answer, he couldn't figure out the code. And how about go by?
Like he goes by Lucky 7 among his friends, meaning to be known as something.
Could be. Then look into, which means to investigate. She decided to look into why 13 is considered unlucky.
And put down, which just means to write something down. Make sure you put down your phone number correctly.
Yeah, and come up, like how 7 kept coming up on street signs for Daniel, appearing unexpectedly.
Good one. And finally, turn out, as in it turned out to be the winning number, meaning the result.
These verbs really show how numbers are kind of baked into our everyday language, don't they?
They absolutely do. They're used for actions and concepts that go way beyond just counting.
Okay, so then there are collocations. These are just words that naturally hang out together. We've already said lucky number a bunch of times.
Right, that's a classic one. Others are pretty straightforward, like even number or odd number.
Or favorite digit. Daniel's favorite digit is clearly 7. Then there's memorable date, like an anniversary.
And special meaning, which Daniel definitely gives to the number 7. Collocations are just these word pairs that sound right to native speakers. Winning ticket is another one.
Very relevant to Daniel. And numerical pattern, if you're spotting sequences. Plus the obvious ones like math problem or birth year.
Exactly. These pairings just show the common context where we talk about numbers.
Now, this is really helpful. The source also points out some common mistakes people might make, like getting the word order wrong. Saying, my number favorite is 9.
When it should be, my favorite number is 9. Yeah, that's a common one. Adjective placement.
Or mixing up word types, like saying, I love 7 because he's lucky.
Instead of because it's lucky, using the pronoun it for a number and the adjective lucky.
And prepositions can be tricky too. Saying, I won the prize in 7 years instead of at age 7. Small words, big difference in meaning.
Definitely. Grammar agreement is another area. You wouldn't say the number have special meaning.
It should be the number has special meaning. Singular subject, singular verb.
And verb forms too. Not he chooses 13, but he chooses 13. That third person's in the present tense.
It even covers things like using math instead of maths in American English, or saying by twos when counting, not by two. Little things.
And being careful with adverbs. I really love this number, not I very love this number. And maybe the most basic one, double checking you haven't swapped digits, like writing 41 when you meant 14.
Oh, yeah. Done that before.
Yep.
These are great pointers, especially for learners, but honestly, things we can all probably brush up on.
They really highlight those little grammatical details that make speech sound natural when talking about numbers.
The piece also offers some simple speaking tips. Like, just start with, my favorite number is. Easy enough.
And then explain why. Is it your birthday? Does it feel lucky, like Daniel 7? Does it remind you of something important? Giving that reason makes it personal.
And if you are talking numbers in a more technical way, don't shy away from math terms if they fit. Total, add, solve, things like that.
And for anyone who gets a bit nervous talking maybe about numbers or anything really, it suggests using short, clear sentences. It helps build confidence.
Taking a little pause after you state your number can also help. Just a beat to collect your thoughts.
And like we saw with Daniel's story, using numbers and personal anecdotes, telling those little stories, makes it much more engaging and, frankly, easier to talk about.
Totally. Okay, so let's turn it over to you, the listener. Take a second. What's your favorite number?
Does one immediately pop into your head? And why that one? Is it a gut feeling like Daniel's, or is there a story attached?
And here's a little challenge for you. As you think about your number, try to use, say, 3 of those phrasal verbs we discussed.
And maybe 3 of the collocations too. See if you can weave them into how you'd explain your connection to that number, just for fun.
And one more little thing to mull over. The source had a practice section with this sentence. My favorite number, it's 11 because I always win with it. How would you fix that one? Something to think about.
You know, when you dig into it like this, it really shows how something as seemingly simple as a number can hold so much personal weight. So many memories and feelings can get tied up in them.
It's true. Daniel's story, the language we use, it all points to this deeper connection. Makes you think about your own number story, doesn't it?
What is the story your favorite number tells about you?
Maybe the numbers we feel drawn to aren't random at all. Perhaps they're like tiny reflections of our own unique journeys.
A nice thought to end on.
Well, thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the world of favorite numbers. It's been fascinating.
Indeed it has. Until next time.